The world's aviation map is being quietly redrawn. And one of the boldest moves isn't coming from Europe, the Middle East, or East Asia. It's coming from Ethiopia. At first, the number sounds unreal. $12.5 billion for an airport in a country most people still underestimate. But this isn't just an airport. And once you understand what Ethiopia is building, where it's building it, and why it's happening right now, it becomes clear why the global aviation industry is paying very close attention. For decades, Africa has been treated as a final destination, not the connection. Flights ended here. They didn't pass through. That is exactly what Ethiopia is about to change. Today, Addis Ababa is already one of the most important aviation hubs on the continent. Powered by Ethiopian Airlines, Africa's most successful and profitable carrier. But even this success has limits. Bole International Airport, the country's main gateway, was never designed for what Ethiopia has planned next. Passenger numbers keep rising. Cargo traffic keeps growing. And the airport is rapidly approaching its physical limits. So instead of expanding slowly, instead of patching an old system, Ethiopia decided to do something far more ambitious. Build a completely new mega airport from the ground up. Not an upgrade, not a temporary fix. A statement. The new airport is being built near Bishoftu, southeast of Addis Ababa, on a scale that instantly changes how Africa connects to the world. When fully completed, it is expected to handle more than 110 million passengers per year. To put that into perspective, that's in the same league as the world's biggest aviation giants: Dubai International, Istanbul Airport, Heathrow at full expansion. And this isn't a distant dream. Construction is already underway. So the obvious question is, why? Why would Ethiopia invest $12.5 billion into aviation infrastructure at a time when global travel is still recovering, competition is fierce, and economic pressures are everywhere? The answer lies in geography. Ethiopia sits at a natural crossroads between Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Look at a world map, and the logic becomes obvious. Flights from Asia to Africa, Europe to Southern Africa, the Middle East to the Americas via Africa. All of these routes pass close to Ethiopian airspace. For years, Gulf Airlines dominated this position, turning cities like Dubai and Doha into unavoidable global hubs. Ethiopia watched, learned, and quietly built capacity. Now, it's taking the next step. This new airport is designed not just for passengers, but for cargo on a massive scale. Ethiopia already runs Africa's largest air cargo operation, moving pharmaceuticals, electronics, perishable goods, and e-commerce shipments across continents. The new airport dramatically expands that capability. Dedicated cargo terminals, advanced cold chain logistics, direct integration with industrial parks and rail networks. This isn't just about tourism. It's about becoming Africa's logistics backbone. And that's why the engineering behind this project is so important. The airport is being built with multiple parallel runways, allowing simultaneous takeoffs and landings. That means higher frequency, less congestion, and faster turnaround times. The terminal design focuses on scalability. Instead of building one massive structure that becomes outdated, the airport is modular, allowing future expansion without disruption. Sustainability is also baked into the design. Solar energy systems, water recycling, high-efficiency materials. Not because it sounds good in press releases, but because long-term operational costs matter when you're running one of the world's largest airports. But infrastructure alone doesn't explain the global reaction. What really shocks analysts is the timing. Africa is entering a demographic boom. The continent's population is expected to double by mid-century. Urbanization is accelerating. Middle-class travel is rising. Most countries are reacting slowly. Ethiopia is positioning early. By the time demand explodes, the infrastructure will already be in place. And then there's Ethiopian Airlines. Unlike many state carriers, Ethiopian Airlines operates profitably, reinvesting revenue into fleet expansion, training, and network growth. It already connects more African cities than any other airline on Earth. This new airport multiplies that advantage. More gates mean more routes. More routes mean more transfer passengers. More transfer passengers mean higher influence over global travel flows. In aviation, control of the hub means control of the network. That's why global airlines are watching closely. Partnerships, code shares, cargo agreements. This airport doesn't isolate Ethiopia. It plugs the country deeper into the global system. But there's another layer most people miss. Airports create cities. Around the new airport, Ethiopia plans an entire aerotropolis. Hotels, business districts, logistics zones, manufacturing hubs. Jobs don't just come from flights. They come from everything that surrounds them. For a country focused on industrial growth and exports, this matters more than symbolism. Critics, of course, question the scale. They ask whether demand will match ambition, whether financing can be sustained, whether competition from established hubs will push back. These are valid questions. But history shows that aviation dominance often belongs to those who build before everyone else realizes it's necessary. Dubai was once dismissed the same way. So was Istanbul. Now they define global travel. Ethiopia is betting that Africa's future looks similar, and the bet is backed by data. Passenger growth across Africa is among the fastest in the world. Cargo demand is rising with e-commerce. Supply chains are shifting. This airport is designed for the next 50 years, not the next 5. When the first phase opens, capacity alone will surpass many established European airports. And when fully complete, it could become the busiest gateway on the continent. That's why this project isn't just shocking, it's strategic. It challenges outdated assumptions about where global infrastructure leadership can come from. It repositions Africa not as a destination at the edge of the map, but as a central connector between continents. And it forces the aviation world to redraw its routes. This is what makes Ethiopia's $12.5 billion airport more than concrete and steel. It's a signal that the next era of global connectivity may not look like the last, and that the future of aviation might be decided in places the world once overlooked. Subscribe to Atlas Explained for more interesting videos. And if you want to know about any city or country, comment your name, tell us what you want to know, and where you're watching from.